Chat, I low-key don't remember, what freaking scene I had. There we go. No, it is the right one. I was like, I don't remember what scene I'm supposed to be, looking at right now. Because I have a bunch of scenes in OBS, but they all have the same freaking name because I'm an idiot. Which I think I've explained before that my OBS is set up actually horribly. Right now, I'm in one that just chat art. And I don't think this is art. And this is definitely not just chat. So why it's called chat art, I have no freaking idea. But apparently, that's what I called this one. So yeah, anyways, hello. Welcome to the stream. Let me address the Tomodachi life-sized elephant in the room. No, I didn't do my 12-hour stream today. To make it kind of long story short, I was just very exhausted. I'm still kind of really tired, actually, now that I am thinking about it. I've been tired, like, all day. I had a pretty long weekend just because I had a party on Saturday, which involved some drinking, and I'm getting too old to party now. Because I literally needed, like, a day to recover, but I didn't necessarily get that. I did take, like, a nap on Sunday, but I had to work, so I was just extremely tired all Sunday. And then Sunday night, so last night, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed, and then I'm gonna wake up, and I'm gonna do my 12-hour stream. I'm like, I'm gonna get all the sleep I need to be ready for my 12-hour stream tomorrow. Because I wanted to do it. And, it just didn't happen. Like, I went to bed. I went into my bed at, like, what? 11:30? I think it might have been 11:30. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just hold on a quick second here. Okay. Sorry, I thought I had, like, my freaking YouTube tab opened with, like, my stream key, and I didn't want that open. But I had it open in, like, a separate Google window that was not this Google window. But I thought it was this Google window, and I didn't want it to come up in my stream. So anyways, so yeah. I went to my actual bed at probably like 11:30, maybe closer to midnight. And I was in my bed ready to go to sleep. And I did not go to sleep. I couldn't fall asleep. I don't know what the frick was going on, but I was up until 3:30 in the morning. And I was really freaking angry. Because, like, bro, 3:30 in the morning is just something else, especially when I wanted to go to bed early, because I actually wanted to start stream at, like, 9 or, like, even 8 o'clock, because I didn't want to be too late, you know what I mean? But it just didn't happen. And then I got up at, like, 9 o'clock, and I was like, okay, so I can go start to set up stream now. I think it was, like, probably 9:15, actually. And I was like, maybe I could start stream at 9:30. See, I'm still tired. I was like, maybe I could start stream at 9:30 and then go until obviously 9:30 at night. But then I just couldn't get out of bed. And I was like, yeah, no, it's not happening today. And I don't like to, like, stream or, like, this is a little bit different because I think this is a more chill stream, but I didn't want to do a 12-hour stream if I didn't think that I had the energy to do it, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I should try to be entertaining when I'm streaming, and I should try to have as much energy as I can. Even if we're having a more chill stream, I always like to have some kind of energy, and I wanted to make sure that I had the ability to entertain everyone for 12 hours, and I did not have that in me today. So we did a little switcheroo of the schedule, and now I am doing a writing stream today, which I also don't really know what today is going to be like. Because I don't really know what I'm going to do for a writing stream. I've never done a writing stream before. I know we talked about it. It was very, like, experimental, I guess. So this is going to be a very experimental stream. And we'll see how it goes. But I have my writing up here. I am working on my enemies to lovers, arranged marriage, mystery question mark murder mystery. There's so many things that this novel is. It's romantasy, enemies to lovers, arranged marriage, murder mystery. Like, I guess that's it. I don't know. I was like, maybe I would add, like, supernatural elements to it, but it's not really supernatural because it is just kind of, like, in the fantasy world, you know what I mean? So, yeah. There's a lot of things, but it's that one that I'm working on. I've talked about this on my channel once or twice. So, that's what we're working on today. I have my actual first draft open here with all of my writing, which I think I left off on chapter 5. The spacing is actually incorrect, so I might actually go and fix some of the spacing just because it's bothering me. And then I also have my planning opened here, which is it wasn't centered for some reason. But I have my planning here. So I have my locations where characters come from, the names of them, because it is a fantasy book, so it has all made up stuff. The characters associated with that, kind of like all of some of the descriptions or relevance to other characters, and whatever. This is the most planning that I've ever done in a book before. When I write, usually I just kind of do random bullshit, but I felt like I wanted some structure, especially because, oh my god. I don't know why the formatting decided that it was going to kill itself, but here we are. What is this? Okay, I think this might actually, I think it's actually supposed to go here, but I'm not sure. What is happening? Where are these words coming from? Where are these words coming from? Are they at the bottom of the page? Why is Word, like, freaking out? This is, like, not even in the table. But I think it's supposed to be in the table. It's just not in the table. Okay, And it's funny because I did say this is the most organized I've ever been when writing, and it's still true, and I don't know why there's just random words here. I can't even select them. What is going on? Okay, whatever. I'll just delete them because I don't know why there's, like, words here, and it's like, here's a rough summary of the plot, but we already have the plot here, so. Anyways. These are not all the characters. I think there's still characters that I'm probably going to add. And there might actually be some characters I'm going to cut out, honestly. Because I think there's a lot of, like, characters I added that I wanted to be like, oh, this person and this person does, like, this thing. But I don't necessarily think that I need that. I think it's just more side characters for no reason, so it's probably unnecessary. But this is the plot. Effects on characters, story, world building. That's so funny. I don't know why I felt the need. I needed to explain why things happened in my freaking book. I don't know what this is. I'm sure this is supposed to be like in here, but I don't know why it's not in the table. And I also do have a nice little map here. This was what I was talking about on my one stream too, where it's not a very good map, but it sure is a map. And the world is not that big. Like, there's not that much going on in this world here, which I don't think I actually named the entire village, or whatever the frick, the entire massive land, I don't think has a name. But unless my massive name is just actual map. So I'm still working on some of the things, but we have different sections here. Sunrir is like our main area, I guess, because Alex is the prince of Sunrir, of this piece of land here. Everstol is the other main area because that's where Luca, who is the other prince main character, is from. And he's the prince of this area. And then we have Dardon, which is where, like, they're basically like tieflings. I don't know if I think I just call them Dardarians, but they're kind of like tieflings. And they look like demons, and a lot of people think that they're, like, evil because of that. So that's a brief description of that. Santana is just kind of like another little village. Biturium is also just like another little village. They border the uncharted forest area where there are... There's a lot of yawning. I apologize. In the uncharted forest area, they are noticing that there's, like, people who live in the forest who are coming to attack these two countries that are bordering the forest. I don't know, I think these little houses that I drew are supposed to be villages, but, like, there's only one in this entire massive land. I don't think that that's correct. I need to redo this map, but this is just, like, a quick and silly little rendition of it. We have Torrance here, which is a little island, which I don't know if anything freaking happens there yet. I think it's just a random place. I really don't know. And then Ashia is also another place here that Ashia and Sunrir are united through the Princess of Sunrir and the King of Ashia are married to each other. So they're united through that. And then Santana is more leaning towards Sunrir, and Biturium is more leaning towards Everstol too, but they kind of have their own rule, but they don't have like a king or a queen or anything like that. So, like, they have some people in charge, but they mostly kind of follow the directions of these two kingdoms anyways. And then Dardon is, they do whatever. They're on their own. They don't want to side with anyone. So Sunrir, Dardon, and Everstol had like a giant war at one point too. And a lot of freaking stuff happened. But anyways. And then Luna Island is a mystery, and I'm not talking about it. And it's not because I don't have it fully developed. Don't look at me like that. Anyways, I guess we just jump back into writing. I think I'm gonna actually fix the format because I said that it's like very strange for some reason. Well, this one's actually kind of correct, but I think the other pages weren't for some reason. Yeah. Like, chapter 5 just looked wrong to me. Oh. Well, I'm glad that my VTube Studio took a screenshot. That's very helpful. I forgot that my arrow keys are my screenshot keys as well. Whoopsies. That's gonna be annoying. Didn't think that one through very much. What did it say was spelt wrong here? Okay, maybe I'm just going crazy. Yeah, like this gap is far too big. Most definitely. Oh, that's just a word I made up, so that's why it is underlined. That is supposed to be a capital, you're so right. Google Docs. This is the chapter where Luca was given truth serum, which is very fun. But he was just kind of like an idiot about it, I guess. Oops. Okay, I think I actually fixed it. I think it was just chapter 4 that for some reason was like really freaking spaced weirdly. Is the beginning of this spaced differently? No, it's not. Okay. So I don't even really freaking remember where I left off when I was writing this. I think they just escaped an inn. And they're trying to figure out where they want to go next. And our characters that we have right now are Luca, Alex, of course, because he's our main character, and then Inko, who is a Dardani that they found at the inn that they were at, who is now just their friend. He has joined the D&D group. We're gonna get a lot of typing ASMR today. I'm just trying to, like, jog my memory. It's actually been quite a while since I worked on this. Also, yeah, Noemi, Alex's sister, thinks that he's the one who murdered her husband. So he's a little, like, sad about it. He's a little sad boy. He fought back tears. Oh no, he's so sad in this chapter. Also, Loki, he's like racially profiling freaking Inko, which is crazy. But he says he's not doing it, so it's fine. They are going to a tavern. I was going to say a building. They're going to a tavern called the Emerald Lynx. I do remember that because Alex's ex is there. She is the person of interest. They did not leave on good terms. And she is a fairy, I believe. Yeah, her name is Fio. She is a fairy. Yeah, she is a fairy. Why does it say not romantic? No, they're exes. Man, I haven't updated this in a while then, I guess, because they definitely are, like, exes. I don't know why I put not romantic. They're fully... I don't remember them ever not being, like, not exes. Like, they're definitely exes. I don't know why that is a thing. Also, yeah, Fio is a fairy, but she makes drugs using her fairy magic. I think some of this is very outdated. I feel like I've changed a lot of the lore, because this is not necessarily what I think happens when they go there anymore. Alex does not want to go see his ex, also, which is pretty in character for him, honestly. Because she, like, wants to kill him, is the other thing. There's a lot of people who want to kill Alex, actually, in this book, which is really funny. Figure out the best route to... It's on the border of Centennia, I think. I don't even think it's freaking on my map I drew. I need to update this map. It might actually be this right here. But it just says village, which is not what that is. Oh no, it must be here then. It's on this border. It's not on this border. Or is it? No, wait. Forest. No, it must be on this border then, because it's nowhere near the forest, so it wouldn't be on the forest border. I have to redo my map, chat. Okay, so... He's being mysterious here. I feel like I might have written something down that, like, coincides with this. I have an actual notebook with me, where I've written down some information, some things for the story. This is already the chapter that I wrote. Yeah, no, this is when they were in the inn. No, okay, so perhaps I didn't write this. I thought maybe I wrote, like, something. Because I want them to go into this tavern, wearing masks. Because it is, like, a masquerade type of thing. And also they don't want to get caught by freaking Alex's ex either, so... I'm caught up with it now, so I'm gonna start typing. That's not how you spell Alex's name. Is it like that? I always forget where the I is supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be there. Okay. What time of day is it, actually, before I continue this? I know they left the inn at night, so I guess it's still nighttime, actually. Oh, no. Day broke through in the clouds that hung above the forest. Okay, yeah. So it's actually day. They haven't technically slept, but I don't know if I should let them sleep. I think they should just keep going. They could, I think, they could sleep at some point. I'll write like a scene where they're like having a campfire or something. I have no freaking idea. I was gonna put an actual timestamp there, but I just feel like that would be unnecessary, so I'm not gonna do that. I'll just put eventually. It's not how you spell Luca. Don't know if I want to use the word spoiled here, but I'm thinking he's like talking about, you know, it annoys me when like the servants don't have my freaking bed sheets warmed up or something stupid. And he's talking about this to someone who literally fights for every meal that he's ever eaten. So. Arrogant. That's the word I'm looking for. Also, my VTuber model is freaking out. I don't know why. Like, I'm not even freaking doing anything that's, like, really hard on my CPU or anything. Like, I literally just have Google Docs open. And for some reason, it doesn't want to work. And it's really delayed. Oh my god. It's extremely delayed. Wow! Oh my god, this is actually crazy. Okay, I think it's better now. It is a little better now. Like, okay. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I still don't know why it keeps doing stuff like that. It's actually freaking stupid. Feed my ego. My model looks like it's sleeping. I don't know what the frig's going on here. Like, brother. Oh my god. V-Bridger is having a frickin' cow. And that's not a channel pun. That's V-Bridger having a cow. Okay. gonna try to see something here. Because I think I can use it with my... like, without V-Bridger. I'm gonna try to do that, because I'm getting a little sick and tired of this, actually. V-Bridger, fix your shit, man. Especially because I don't think I really need to be that expressionful right now on this type of stream. Okay, I'm gonna do a whole overhaul here for a second. Just hold on a second, chat. I'd love to have V-Bridger work at some point. Okay. So I'm I'm using it on my phone, on my Android now, and it's working, kind of. It's not fantastic. But it's kind of working. The mouth movements definitely look a little sketchy. But at least it's not lagging. And like the eye tracking is okay, but it's a lot of the mouth movements are just like kind of strange. I actually don't even know what is better at this point. Oh no. Like, okay, let me show you how this looks. So it looks kind of strange without the V-Bridger stuff. The mouth just kind of... I have to open my mouth really, really wide, and then it works. The tongue tracking still works, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, no, if I just talk like normal, it kind of doesn't really track that at all. And like, I'm smiling right now, and it's not tracking it either. That's really awesome. And it's just because I don't have the parameters set up properly for my Android phone, obviously, because that's not what I've been using. I don't know which one I prefer. I don't know if I prefer the frickin' lag or the mouth just not working. Oh my god. I don't get to have nice things, apparently. I get to have Scuff live on youtube.com. Okay, I think we're just gonna go back to V-Bridger for a moment, and then just try our best. And just try it. I'm gonna try my best here. In V-Bridger, you're gonna try your best. I have no freaking idea why V-Bridger is like... You have Google Docs open, how dare you? But apparently that's how it is. The song is about me right now. Okay, so you see how different the mouth movements are with V-Bridger? Like, I like them a lot better. So I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with the freaking lag sometimes, because I didn't have my stuff optimized with my other thing. Okay. Let's get back to writing. This is a great video for keyboard ASMR, I swear. I hope you are all enjoying the keyboard ASMR. No, it's not time. It's not, he didn't have time. Deus Ex Elimus? I don't know if I'm saying that right. If I'm saying it wrong, please correct me. I am writing, but I don't know how to read sometimes, surprisingly. But welcome to the stream. Hope you are having a wonderful day. I can't believe it took me this long to stumble upon a Write With Me stream naturally. I have not seen a lot of these, actually. This is my first Write With Me stream. So I'm trying my best. But I feel like it is very much keyboard ASMR. I'm a pretty fast typer as well, so I think I'm praising myself a lot for my keyboard ASMR. But I think I'm up there in good keyboard ASMR. But yeah, this is my first writing stream I've ever done. So I'm trying my best. It is very interesting to try to focus on writing, but then also try and make it entertaining. There's been a lot of silence and just me typing because I'm trying to think of what I'm going to be saying, but you know. Also, if you are new to the stream, I am working on a romantasy book right now. So lots of fantasy elements. There is a enemies to lovers component. There is also a murder mystery component as well. Lots of fun stuff. I'm writing a pretty chill scene right now. The characters are just kind of walking. But our main character, Elix, is dreading where they're going because his ex-girlfriend is at the place that they're going to. And she low-key, wants to murder him. So, that's the vibe right now. I don't know how I want Alex to describe her. I was almost going to say emerald-eyed devil, but I feel like that's not really the vibe. She's a fairy, so it's kind of funny if I, call her a devil, I think, but... Maybe I'd go with, Siren. That might be good. Sounds super fun. Romantasy is a fun genre. It is. This is my first, dive deep into romantasy, but I've read a lot of romantasy, so I'm very excited to, try to take on the genre. Enemies to lovers, my beloved trope. Also my beloved trope, too. Literally my favorite trope. Meanwhile, I'm just here writing fanfiction of the Owl House. Oh, fun. See, I've never watched the Owl House fully, but I've seen clips of it, and I've obviously I know what it's about and stuff like that, and it seems like something I would really enjoy, but I just haven't sat down and actually watched it. And I also know it ended kind of abruptly because I think Disney canceled it or something, which is just classic Disney, of course. But I heard it's supposed to be really good. I have a lot of friends who really like the Owl House. No, I already used the word eventually. I don't really want to use it again. I used it up here somewhere, right here. I use something else. I should have synonyms opened in another tab. It's a super fun show. Season 1 takes a little bit to get going, but season 2 is really good. Shame that season 3 got shortened. Yeah, I knew that season 3 got shortened, which is really sad. Because I think it had a lot going for it. I don't want to sit here and be like, maybe Disney's just homophobic, like, but like, I have a feeling that that probably had to do with some of the show ending, which is really sad, honestly. It's just really sad. I think eventually I will probably sit down and watch The Owl House, especially because it is only the 3 seasons. But, you know, I've required free time to do that, so we'll see when it happens. Also, I'm currently going to be writing a little bit of a descriptive scene here where they have stumbled across this path that our main character knows is like a shortcut underground. That is in the middle of a ruined town. And even though that this is set in like a very much medieval fantasy setting, it actually, I think I've explained this in one of my other streams too, but it takes place far in the future, very much inspired by Adventure Time, where our modern day and age actually happened prior to this world existing and the fantasy world existing. So I think this might actually be the first kind of little seeds of that being embedded into the story, because the town that they're in is like a big city that used to exist. But it's fully overgrown with like plants and destroyed because there was a big giant war that happened. So, yeah. I want to make sure that I write this good, this particular description part, because I want to make sure that there's little hints and seeds of like, hey, this is actually set in the far, far future instead of medieval times. Maybe I should spell side properly. somewhere. No, I need to actually think about what that sentence is gonna be, not just somewhere. Spell checker has saved me so many times. My biggest offender is typing te instead of the because of my typing motions. No, I do the same thing. I do that a lot with a lot of different words where there will just be a random I or like some other letter in the middle of it. I am a fast typer, but that comes at a cost a lot of the times. I do end up pressing like 2 keys at the same time a lot, and it's a lot of fixing. I'm glad that that's not an exclusive thing to me, and a lot of other people who write also get that. Okay, let me think of this. So, Alex obviously knows where they are, but I don't think that he knows fully where they are. He doesn't know that it used to be like an old town, so, or an old city, I guess. And he has to have a snarky remark because these are the enemies to lovers characters. So he has to be kind of a dick to him. Sacrificing speed for accuracy comes at a cost. It really does. But that's why spell check is here, to save you when you type inaccurately. Spell check my beloved as well. There we go. I just decided to make him go full jerk mode, and I love to see it so much. Whoops, once is... Actually, I don't think that should be a capital. Oops. That's another one, too. Instead of the quotation marks, I put the frickin' semicolon or the colon. Because they're right beside each other on the keyboard. My! Okay, why is it all in caps? My sister. It's not what I meant to do. My sister. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe Alex just like screaming the first word of his sentences. Maybe that could be a fun quirk for him. That won't get annoying fast. Yeah, I didn't think I spelled that right. There we go. I want this to be a commentary on how billionaires are bad. And I think that's good coming from a character's, like, very old grandfather who remembers the war. Billionaire bad. Nods aggressively, yes. I'm writing a fun little fluffy one-shot of the Owl House protagonist and her mom having fun at a Renaissance fair. Ooh, so fun. Was trying to finish it yesterday for Mother's Day, but was too sleepy. No, that's so understandable. That's super cute. I love that. I love a good fluff one-shot, for sure. And I think the Renaissance fair setting is very fun as well. I'm wishing you the best of luck with finishing it. Even if it's a little bit delayed because you were sleepy. I'm very sleepy today too. Don't worry. You are not alone on that. I'm like halfway through the fic, so hopefully I can finish it tonight. That will be fun if you can. Is it going to be like a really long one shot, or is it just going to be like a small, concise one? I know sometimes I've read one shots that are like thousands and thousands and thousands of words. So I don't know if you're writing something like that. I always feel when I write one shots, which I haven't written fan fiction in so long at this point. I think it's probably been like 3 years since I wrote fan fiction, but I used to write it a lot more when I was like younger. Was it ever good? I don't know. But I kind of fell off writing fan fiction for a little bit and tried my hand at writing like novels and stuff like that. I'd love to get back into fan fiction, but I know when I used to write one shots, they were so freaking long. Oh my god. I was like, I need to detail an entire story, beginning, middle to end, all within a one shot, because I knew that I couldn't commit to writing like multiple chapters and like updating them continuously, because I was just never like that. And I also never planned anything out whenever I was writing stuff, so just long chaptered fics never worked out for me. So whenever I would write one shots, it was like some stupid word count. But I also always wrote AUs, so I needed to do the world building. That was the other thing. I rarely ever wrote in, like, universe fanfiction. I always wrote AUs, because I just thought they were so fun. I loved borrowing characters and putting them in my own stories and stuff like that. It's gonna be a small, concise one, maybe, like, 2,000 to 3,000 words. Oh, that's pretty good. So you definitely can finish it today, for sure. My very first fanfiction was a really weird Percy Jackson band AU, and it was insane. No, honestly, that sounds so real. Don't even get me wrong. If it makes you feel any better, I believe my first fanfiction, it was like in 2012, so I want to preface that. It was a long freaking time ago, but it was a One Direction one, so I mean, I feel like I might have beat you in the cringe department there. Oh god, what a time. What a time to be alive and writing freaking One Direction fanfiction in 2012. It was definitely a different vibe. Yeah. 2012, yeah, I know, bro. I just aged myself. I'm sorry. Back in freaking 2012. I remember there was this one fic I was writing with one of my friends, and back in the day, the big punishment used to be like, you would get in trouble or something, and your parents would be like, I'm taking away your phone. And I remember my friend the one time, we were writing a fic together, and it was her time to update it, and she got her phone taken away, and she updated it on her Nintendo DS, like Loki. And I think that's such a good time capsule, because that shit would never happen nowadays. People have, like, laptops, computers, phones, freaking, like, pretty much anything. I don't think there's ever going to be a situation where someone needs to update a fanfic on their DS. But she did that. And she, like, there was a lot of typos, but you know what? She did that. You can't say that we were not dedicated to our craft. If there is a screen, there is a way. Exactly. I admire the dedication. Yes, exactly. Oh, God. Those were simpler times, honestly. Oh, boy. I don't even remember what site we used to upload it to. Like, it was either, like, a Tumblr blog that doesn't exist anymore, or it was, like, fanfiction.net, which is a big yikes. Is fanfiction.net even still around? I don't know. I have been, like, an AO3 snob for a while. Low-key. I just love the filtering on AO3. I think it's, like, probably the best thing ever. Because if I don't want to see something, I don't have to see it. And it's such a blessing. And it's just, it's truly spoiled. I feel so spoiled when I go onto AO3. Again, it's been a hot minute, but still. Fanfiction.net is still technically alive, but it's on its last legs. Yeah, God bless AO3. We love AO3. Their filtering system is just so beautiful. I just love it. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, I want AO3 to have an algorithm. It's like, no, because you don't understand. The filters are so good, and you get exactly what you want. And you can like search by ships, you can search by like ratings, so you don't have to see anything like wild if you don't want to. It's just so lovely. Ah, I miss AO3. I should try writing fanfiction again. It's just been so long. And I have so many other writing projects I want to finish as well. Because I have this, I have another, like, contemporary romance novel that I want to write as well. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever have time. I think the last fanfiction I posted was, like, Stranger Things. And it was, like, Steve and Billy, because I love that pairing so much. I know. Maybe I'm basic. I know. A lot of people really do ship them. Maybe I'm just basic, but I think that was the last one I posted. And it was like probably 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember. But they're just so silly. And they're also like enemies to lovers again. Can we tell that that's my favorite trope? Because it really truly is. Oh, I just knocked over my freaking Starscream action figure. Sag. Stranger Things was so good at the beginning, and then it just went off the deep end. It did. I don't know if you watched the last season that came out, like, in December. I still don't think I fully processed what happened there. Especially with the ending. The ending was just like... Oh, I don't even know. I don't even want to get into it anymore, man. I used to be, like, really big into Stranger Things. I did really like it. I still do like it. But they freaking fumbled so bad with that last season. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it wasn't that bad. And, like, when I first watched it, I kind of felt the same way where I was like, oh, it wasn't that bad. But then as time has gone on, I'm just like, no. The show peaked at season 3. We never got anything better than season 3 from Stranger Things. Season 4 was alright, but it was starting to fall off at that point. Season 3 was where it was at. And then that was it. When Billy died, the show died with him, low-key. Oh my god. My V-bridger's going absolutely nuts. As usual. What is wrong? Why do you keep freezing? I love V-bridger, man. I love that it, like, just doesn't work sometimes. Oh, that's a great face to be frozen on. Oh, God. Okay. It's still not working that great. That's fine. R.I.P. Billy. Honestly, yes. R.I.P. Billy. So bad. This is why I think, because I'm pretty sure when I wrote that other fanfic, or that one-shot, I never wrote, like, full fanfics. I don't know if you can you call a one-shot a fanfic? Like, I think you can. I think it's fine. But that was, like, my Billy dying cope, bro. I'm still coping from it. He wasn't even that good of a character. I just think I saw the potential in his character. Because he didn't really get character development pretty much at all. I just wish he did. One shot counts as a fanfic. Yeah, like, I don't know. I always just call them fanfics. It doesn't really matter if it has multiple chapters or just a one shot. They're all under the same category in my head. There, Alex can have this great one-liner here. Before they go into his little secret tunnel that he found. That's not how you spell contentment. There we go. Nope, apparently that's not how you spell it either. Contentment. Okay, perfect. No, I don't like the sentence. Fun fact, I'm like 90% sure that one of the AUs I wrote for Owl House directly led to the tag getting canonized, wrangled in AO3. Ooh, the tag being Basilisk, Luz, of which there is all of 14 entries. Because in Owl House canon, Luz is just a regular human. Basilisk is, I think, what you meant. Yes. Is a regular, or what I meant. I don't know why I said it as like it was like a name. Owl House canon Luz is just a regular human, but my brain just went, nah, she's a magical eating snake monster now, that's pretty cool. And for some reason, I still don't get why my story blew up. Well, that is really cool though. I think it's really fun and interesting when you make an AU like that, where you're like, I feel like this is a very niche thing that I was going to do, but I'm just going to write it anyways. And then you see other people are actually really interested in it, and then the tag actually gets, like, added or wrangled on AO3. I think that's pretty awesome, actually. I think you should be proud about that. That's, like, really cool. What is wrong with the sentence? How are we even supposed to see in there? How are we even supposed to see there? No. Sometimes Google Docs does not help you, because how are we even supposed to see there is not really at all what I'm trying to say. How are we even supposed to see in there makes a lot more sense for this context. So, I don't know about you, Google Docs, but I think you might be slacking a little bit. So obviously he's picking up a flashlight here, but he does not know it's called a flashlight. So he thinks it's like magic. So I'm trying to think of like how to convey that he thinks that there's like a magical spell inside of it or something. Google Docs be tripping sometimes, yes. Also, I just love writing, like, about things in the modern day that people who would not be from this time period would find, like, magical. Like, when you think about a flashlight, you turn a button on and then you get a light source. And when you think about that as somebody who doesn't live in a day and age where, like, you can just flip a switch and the lights turn on and, like, we have street lights outside and stuff like that, that's, like, pretty cool. You just have, like, a portable light source that you just press a button and then it illuminates everything. Like, flashlights are kind of cool. And I love that this, like, writing in this context gives me the ability to kind of look at a lot of our technology in a different lens of people who would not be aware of it and also who are exposed to magic in their world, so they probably think that it is, like, magical. And I think that's just really fun. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to write this in a way where it is medieval fantasy, but it also takes place in the future. I love that concept so much. I eat it up. Every time I watch Adventure Time, I eat that shit up, man. I love that concept so much. Oh boy. I was almost gonna say Alex chuckled, or no, he giggled, but I think he is more of a chuckler. I don't think he giggles. Oh my god. Did I spell centimeters wrong? Why did it come up as if I spelled it wrong, but then it went away? Okay, yeah. I'll do 5 centimeters instead of 2. 2 is kind of small. I had a ruler beside me. I don't know what freaking happened to it, but 2 centimeters kind of small, low-key. That's a really fun concept. There is a quote that is like, any advanced enough technology can appear as magic to the common man or whatever. Yeah, it's very much like that quote. And I think it's just a really fun concept. I love writing stuff in that kind of mindset. And I'm so happy. My V-Bridger is breaking. V-Bridger, please, I'm trying to talk. Another concept in the world building is there is such things as like magical wands in this universe, but only certain people can use them. You have to have magic wielding powers in your blood to be able to use the magic wands. Luca, the I guess love interest character, he's not really a love interest right now. He's literally just been arguing with the main character. But, I mean, that's the whole point of enemies to lovers, I think, is that they bicker and argue a lot. They have to be enemies before they are lovers, so I guess he's the enemy right now, but he's also the love interest, eventually. But Luca can use magic wands, but the actual, like, what magic wands are made out of in this universe is their pens. um, which I think is really fun. Because it's also like pens are used to like create things and like, you know, writing and art and whatever like that. So I think in a way they can be magical. And I think that's why I kind of wanted to make them the main magical device in this universe. So they're just like legitimately ballpoint pens. But they don't know what pens are, so. And the one that Luca actually has is the last pen that has ink in like the entire world. Like the last ballpoint pen that actually works in the entire world is the one that he has. Which is pretty cool, but obviously they don't know that you could write with it, so the lid stays on and they just use it for magic. I think that's how you spell lead, is it not? No, there we go. Never mind. I hate the English language sometimes. Stinking. I meant stinging, not stinking. I'm pretty sure their feet do stink though, but I meant stinging. I feel like it would be a very different vibe if I kept it as stinking. That's not what I was going for. Not the adjective I wanted. I know, I put the wrong there. Thank you, Google Docs. Oops, they call it towns, not cities. Almost broke my own continuity. That would have been really dumb of me. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, be back later. Oh, well, I do hope that you enjoy your dinner. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it, and good luck with finishing your one shot as well. I'm wishing you all the best with that. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Have a great rest of your night. I might be gone by the time you get back because I'm only streaming for about 10 more minutes. So just FYI, but I do appreciate you coming and hanging out anyways. Bye. Bye bye bye. I'm actually surprised I got as much writing done as I have, actually. Considering I'm so tired too, honestly. We're like probably almost done this chapter. Like, they're gonna get out of the tunnel, which is gonna be very soon. And then they're gonna set up camp because it's gonna be nighttime already, and they haven't slept for like 2 days, I think, at this point. So they're gonna set up camp. They're gonna go to sleep. Alex is going to have to trust freaking somebody in his group of people he does not trust. And then that's pretty much gonna be the chapter, because I want this is chapter 5, I think. Yeah, this is chapter 5. I want chapter 6 to be when they get to the tavern, which is after they camp. It's actually pretty close to the tavern, which I don't actually think is on this map, but I'm going to assume it's here. So, this line is not the tunnel, but we could pretend it's the tunnel that leads them, like, right here. And then it's literally, like, right there, so. The tavern is where things are going to get really fun to write, because I get to introduce another character. She's kind of like a badass. I low-key, like, love her. And she has so much freaking, I don't know, fun things. Because she's a fairy, so she can do a lot more magic and stuff. I think I'm going to try to get Luca to do some more magic, too. Because right now, all he's done is complain. I need to start making him a likable character. He needs to start freaking getting on that. We need to start his redemption arc so he can be the love interest. But I do want him and Alex to have, like, a really big fight. Probably at the tavern, honestly. Because Luca's gonna be like, bro, you didn't tell us that, like, your ex-girlfriend is here. Because they're gonna get imprisoned as well. So it'll be so fun. I can't wait to write about them beating the shit out of each other. It would be so good. Also, this little tunnel that they're in right now that I'm writing about with, like, the trinkets, there's comic books in it that Alex thinks is, like, kind of like history material. Because he doesn't really know that they're just, like, superhero comic books. And these metal capsules are obviously bullets and shell casings. But he thinks that it's money. And people basically, during the big war that ended the world, essentially lived in these tunnels, and it's kind of how they got around to different places. Especially from the city. Yikes. I wish I wasn't tired anymore. Oh. I'm getting a Fortnite notification. That's so funny. I think for the 12-hour stream on Thursday, there is probably going to be an intermission. Because I just feel like 12 hours of Tomodachi Life is going to be... I don't necessarily think it's going to be boring, but just in case, like, it gets a little dull, we can switch over to, like, Fortnite or something, I'm thinking. Shows. I put one of my toggles on. That's so funny. Anywho, I think that is going to be all from me today. We are going to be streaming tomorrow at 6? 7? It's not supposed to be a 6-7 joke. I truly do not remember when I'm streaming tomorrow. I think it's 6 o'clock. I'm going to be revisiting the game Chicory, A Colorful Tale, which has been a long freaking time since I've played that game with my boyfriend, but we're going to be playing it tomorrow, and I'm very excited for that. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for coming and hanging out on stream. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I shall see you tomorrow. All right. Bye. See ya, see ya, see ya. Bye, 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 bye. See ya, see ya, see ya.